guys, welcome back to Brandy Cherie TV. My name is Brandy and today I have a little announcement for you guys. If you guys can't tell from the scrub top and the stethoscope, the announcement is that I am finally an RRT. You guys, I'm so happy. I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders, like even more so than after the TMC, because after the TMC, I was like, it was like a little weight, but it was like, nope, you still gotta take the clinical sims. So like, calm down, get those shoulders down. But yeah, now that I'm done with both, like I'm so excited. I'm so happy to be done. Like, girl, classes are done. I'm graduated. I'm done with that. TMC, done with that. Clinical sims, done with that. Like everything is done and I do not have to worry about that like ever again. Literally the only thing I have to worry about is just keeping my accreditation up. That's it. And that's like what, every 2 years? Don't have to worry about that. So I'm just here to give you guys an update and a couple of tricks and tips and things that I did for my clinical sims and my TMC exam. And you know, just give you guys a little bit of advice because y'all know I like to run my mouth. So first thing that I want to show you guys is a book that I've mentioned in my other video, I'm sure. And I'm sure you guys are probably like, oh, we know about this book already. But this book, you guys, the Comprehensive Respiratory Therapy Exam Preparation Guide, 3rd edition. This book, literally, holy grail, okay? Holy grail. If you purchase it brand new, which I do recommend you doing, you get a little access code, and it comes with a full ebook, so you don't have to carry around this book. I mean, it's pretty thick. It's thick, I've had thicker, but it's a pretty big book. So if you get the online access code, you can have the full ebook, so you don't have to carry around. You have the test prep. You can, like I said in my other video, you can customize the test how you want to take them. It goes by chapters. You can put all the chapters combined. You can even go within the chapter and say if it has 60 questions, you can only do about 25 or 30 of those questions if you choose. Yeah, this book is it's just great. And once you have it, once you get the access code, it's good for a year. So it does expire, but they also have like slideshows, PowerPoints that you can easily download to your computer, and then it's yours forever, girl. So definitely recommend this. I use this book for my TMC mostly just because it has a lot of information and decision making, like good little pieces in here. But it also comes with about 15 clinical sims. The clinical sims, if you guys don't know, in the respiratory therapy with the exam, it's gonna be broken down. I'm gonna put a picture up if you guys don't know how it's broken down. So. It's gonna be broken down into about like 2 pediatrics, 2 neonatal, 2 COPD critical. I have the picture up there, so you guys will see the picture. But it breaks it down, and so this gives you about 15 of those. So it's pretty good. It's a good buy. I purchased this for $80 brand new, and I definitely recommend if you're gonna purchase this book, just purchase it brand new, just so you can get everything out of it. But if not, if you wanna buy it used, the book is also, I mean, this book is filled with a bunch of good things. So if you can purchase it brand new, just give it a purchase anyway. Purchase it anyways. It's a good book, girl. I recommend it. So along with the book, of course, you know your girl took some notes. Now, don't judge my book. This was my 2018 notebook release with the little calendar in it. And as you guys can tell, like I've used this book to death. So with this book, I actually took like little notes. So I have notes from like when I was in school, the notes from my book that I just mentioned, and also notes that friends have sent me. And I kind of made just like a super condensed version of every single disease. So I'm just gonna show you really quickly. I have like a couple of pages and it has pretty much every single disease process. It has neuromuscular, cardiovascular, pediatrics, neonate. And what I did was I just wrote everything down. And so, okay, so this is cystic fibrosis. So this is like, I have the cystic fibrosis, which is the name, the information gathering, the decision making. And this is pretty much what I did for every single disease process. So let's say, you know, I have a cystic fibrosis patient. I know, you know, with the information gathering, I need to go ahead and look at the parent history because you guys know it's a genetic disorder. look at the cough and sputum production, look and see in their HPI if they have reoccurring respiratory infections, just things like that. And then with decision making, I have, the TOBI, postural drainage. Can't say that. Postural drainage. I can talk. Okay, I can talk. Oxygen, just things like that. And so that's pretty much, like I said, what I did for every single disease process. And I tried to write down as many diseases as possible, and just also like little tidbits, like with COPD patients, how we don't want to give them too much oxygen, neonatal values, yada, 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 things like that. So I definitely recommend, if you guys can do something like this, like condense it down. For me, this is how I learn. Y'all know I'm big on taking notes. That's literally how I learn, writing it down and writing it down and writing it down. So this is what helped me, and I just, like I said, I just condensed it into like a little small section. Of course, there's more things about, for this is like meconium aspiration. Of course, there's more things that you can know about meconium aspiration, but this is just the things that I condensed down for myself, because these are the things that you just need to kind of get. The clinical simulations are not long at all. Some are longer than others, but they're honestly not long at all. So you don't want to sit there and kind of waste your time. You need to know the key things that you need to get, and the information that you need to gather, and the decisions that you need to make, and kind of just go in and out. Like, don't spend too much time on one clinical sim. Of course, if you're stuck, spend time on it, but just, you need to know like the specific things that you need to get. So that's why they're nice and condensed. I also purchased about $60 worth of Kettering, and I did like a couple from every clinical sim category that they had. So they have like cardiac, neurological, neonate, pediatrics, just regular general medicine, things like that. I purchased the tokens, which are good for 2 weeks after you start the simulation. So you'll hit start simulation, and after you've done it once, then 2 weeks afterwards it would expire, and you'll have to purchase more tickets and to redo it. But I pretty much tried to get like one from at least every category, and then I spent majority of my tokens on the categories for my TMC that I felt like I had like a weak spot in. So I definitely recommend Kettering. If you guys can collaborate and just come together with classmates and try to purchase like a lot of Kettering, if you guys are taking your clinical sims around the same time, I definitely recommend that, because the clinical sims and the Kettering, they pretty much mirror each other. Like the setup of Kettering, the dialogue that they use, everything that Kettering shows you, and all of the the answer choices and the reasoning behind it, because you can review it after you're done. It pretty much mimics the clinical sims like to a T. So I definitely recommend, if you guys can purchase some Kettering. Just, if you don't have to get $60 worth, okay? I was a little OD, but if you can, just familiarize yourself with it, because it's definitely a different setup than the book that I showed you. It's a different setup. Pretty much the same dialogue, but just a different setup. Just, take a look at it if you want. And then also I use the notes that I have taken throughout my semester, throughout my years of being in school. And that's pretty much what I use. The clinical sims. Now the TMC, honestly, it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. I'm not gonna lie. It was difficult, but it wasn't like, I feel like I psyched myself out about it a lot. Now the clinical sims is different. When you're doing the clinical sims, if you're not 100% sure about something, please don't click it. Please don't click it. The worst thing is when you're taking the clinical sims and you click something, you're like, I think this might be right, and you click it, and girl, it says not done or physician disagrees, which means you've lost points, girl. You've lost points, and this was off a guess. You weren't even sure. So make sure. I'm gonna say this again, make sure you are 100% sure about these decision makings. I would rather you guys just not even choose it. If you have to think twice about it, just don't even choose it. Just go past it, because that way you don't lose or gain any points, rather than you clicking it and it being incorrect and you lose points. That's kind of just my safe bet. That's pretty much what I did. I was like, not really sure about this, so I'm just gonna skip over this. It was times where I had the clinical sims with the information gathering, and I mean, they had so many things, and I would just choose like 3, and I was like, you know what, Brandy, I feel like you need to click something else. Like, you've got to be missing something. But I wasn't. I wasn't. Because I would click something else and they'd be like, it wasn't done. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, next, let's go to the next selection. Let's just go to the next subject, please. Because now I've lost points and now I'm upset. Another thing, when I was taking the test and I would get something like physician disagrees, girl, I would like literally go into like panic mode. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, why is this not right? Why is this not right? Like, okay, well, let me go with my second choice. But you have to just, let me calm down. But that's how I was in there. I was like, oh my gosh, like, this isn't right. Like, how is it not right? Okay, maybe this one's right. And then like you click it and it says physician disagrees again. It's like, oh my gosh, you have to calm down, okay? Really sit there. If you get a physician disagrees on something that you pretty much felt like was like for 100% sure, like this is the answer, and you get it wrong and they, you know, instruct you to make another decision, just sit there, relax, okay, relax, because it does get, you know, it does, you can get a little high strung, but just relax, just think about it. Think about, you know, why your second best choice may be the answer choice, or just, you know, just think about it. Reevaluate everything. As soon as I got the clinical sims, if they gave me a height and a weight, I would automatically calculate the tidal volume, just get it out the way, because if it's like a critical COPD patient where you need to actually intubate them, you need to already know that. Like, you know what I mean? It's just nice to already know it. And it's kind of, when you're writing things down and you're kind of keeping track of everything, it just kind of puts you in a, not kind of, it did put me in a better mind state where I just felt more relaxed, I felt more focused, and I also just felt more put together. Like, I felt like I wasn't just all over the place, you know, like when you just use the scratch paper and you're like scribbling all over the place. I felt like my thoughts and everything was aligned, if you know what I mean. It was a very spiritual thing. But yeah, I recommend that when you're taking the test, relax, calm down, take a couple deep breaths in. If you have to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. You need some water, drink some water. People are making too much noise with the squeaky chairs. Put your earplugs in. We were given earplugs. I'm not sure if your facility will give them, but I'm pretty sure you can have earplugs. But just make yourself comfortable and just breathe, girl, breathe. It'll be okay. And like I said, make sure you're 100% sure on these questions and these answer choices that you're making, because once you click it, you cannot unselect it. That is a point that you're either gaining or losing. So just make sure you're 100%, girl. So that is the end of this video, you guys. I hope you guys took something from this video, my recommendations, my little tips on just how to take the clinical sims. And yeah, I'm just super excited to be starting this new chapter of my life, closing the clinical sims and the TMC and the school. Like, that's all behind me now. Like, now I'm actually starting my career and I can make new memories and just learn more and just be the best RRT I can be, you guys. I'm so excited. The things that I've been doing for 2 years is finally paying off, and I'm just so happy to share that with you guys. And I hope that I can continue to share this with you guys, this little experience that we're having. If you guys have like any additional questions, because this video is going to be like, you know, short and sweet, make sure you guys email me. I email you guys back, or you can DM me on my respiratory page. If you're not following my respiratory page, girl, what are you doing? It's at For the Love of Respiratory. It'll be in the description box. And make sure you guys shop my stationery site for your RT notebooks, because as you see, they come in handy, okay? They come in handy. So yeah, that is it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and tell a friend to watch my videos, because I got y'all, okay? I got y'all. If you guys want to see any other videos, leave them in the comments below. Message me, email me, whatever. Y'all know I got y'all, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.